Y'all, Taraji P Henson just came forward to defend Tyler Perry from the disturbing lawsuit that was filed by actor Derek Dixon, and the fans are not feeling her defense. Tyler and Taraji have a long working history together, so it's not all that surprising that she is standing 10 toes down behind him. However, fans are not on the same page and they are dragging her for filth. And if that's not messy enough, word in the streets is that Derek was not Tyler's only victim. The streets are saying that multiple young men are coming out to speak on Tyler, and Taraji is starting to look real bad over this, and it looks like she's taking some serious hits over it. But why on earth is she defending Tyler that hard? What does she know that we don't? And why are fans speculating that she's trying to help Tyler get away with his alleged crimes to keep her movies afloat? Let's break it down. Now, as surprising as Taraji's defense of Tyler Perry is, it's not all that surprising when you really think about it. She and Tyler have been working closely together for about 16 years now, which means that they've been more than likely developed a close friendship. She even starred in his latest movie, Straw, so I guess this explains why fans think that she might be biased towards him. But word in the streets is that when this news broke out of Derek Dixon's lawsuit accusing Tyler of SA, Taraji P went off. She allegedly called Derek a liar, claiming that Derek is just another white man who's allegedly trying to take down a successful black man. Now, according to an insider, Taraji has been allegedly bad-mouthing Derek, saying that he's salty because Tyler didn't give him bigger roles in his shows like he thought he would. According to her, Derek didn't want to put in the work and wanted to become an overnight star without putting in any type of hours. But making it big in the industry takes years and years of hard work. But Taraji seems to be convinced that Derek wanted to leverage his friendship with Tyler to shoot right to the top. Yes, y'all, she supposedly referred to it as a friendship. Now, on the surface, Taraji's claims might kind of make some logical sense. According to Derek himself, he and Tyler met in an event back in 2019. In Derek's words, Tyler picked him out of a crowd and asked for his phone number, suggesting he might have a role for him. Now, usually when a big shot director like Tyler Perry specifically picks someone out of a crowd, it's because they have a big role for him. It's quite rare for a big shot director like Tyler Perry to pick somebody out for a small role, so it makes sense that Derek thought he would be the next big thing. But things didn't quite work out that way, because the big role that Tyler had for him ended up being a small part in 2 episodes of a show named Ruthless. He ended up getting another role in the show called The Oval, and it was a bigger role than the one he had on there Ruthless, but it wasn't big enough for him to get recognition and fame that he was looking for. And according to Taraji, this is why Derek supposedly got salty and accused Tyler of inappropriate behavior in SA. Now, apart from Taraji's friendship with Tyler, fans think another reason she's defending him is that she's also trying to protect herself. See, Tyler is one of the big few producers in Hollywood who actually pay black artists, especially black women, what they're actually worth. Now, Monique might disagree with you on that, but multiple people like Megan Good have come out to reveal that Tyler Perry is the only producer who actually pays well.
You said that Tyler Perry was the first person, I think I've got this right, who paid you what you were worth.
Yeah.
That's a huge statement.
You've been doing this for over 30 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So tell us about what that realization
It's so
felt like.
crazy because I actually cried. You know, because what I love about Tyler is not only is he an angel, not only is he a genius, not only is he unapologetic as a leader, but he also makes you feel valued and seen and appreciated, and he goes out of his way to do that. And I think about, like, you know, how people pay it forward, and I don't know if anyone paid it forward to him, but he most certainly pays it forward to everyone else.
So it looks like by defending Tyler Perry, Taraji is also protecting her bag. But wait, y'all, because there's more. Word in the streets is that not only does Taraji supposedly get preferential treatment from Tyler, but he allegedly helps her steal roles from other black actresses. For example, did y'all know that Taraji was never meant to play the role of Cookie Lyons on Empire? She wasn't even in the running. Y'all want to guess who was the director's choice play? Monique, y'all. Now, I couldn't see Monique with Terrence Howard, man, but y'all know how Monique's situation and her beef with Tyler Perry is, so I'm not even going to get into it. But according to Monique, Lee Daniels offered her the role of Cookie because he had worked with her and he knew she was perfect for the role. Lee was the director of Precious, the movie that got Monique blackballed by Tyler Perry. Monique even revealed that Lee was the only one who apologized to her for getting blackballed.
I thought I read somewhere that Oprah had issued you an apology and Tyler had issued an apology. That's not correct.
No.
The only person that's given you an apology.
You saw it. is Lee Daniels.
She and Lee made up, and Lee offered her a role in Empire, only for him to call her back a couple of days later and take it back, apologizing and saying that people on the show had refused to work with her, saying that she was just too difficult.
See, when Lee Daniels says to me, because Cookie from the show Empire, I was offered that role. Now, Taraji tore it up, baby. Listen here. However, I was offered that. Then for Lee to call me back and say, baby girl, they said you're too difficult to work with. But you hear on the audio that a man told David Talbot I was difficult to work with.
Now, unfortunately, Lee's hands were tied and Monique lost the role, which ended up going to Taraji. But word on the streets is that Tyler was the one who stepped in and got Taraji the role. And it was a win-win situation for him because not only did he get Monique back, but he also had got Taraji on a role on one of the biggest shows on TV at the time. So yeah, Taraji has been more than enough reason to defend Tyler Perry. So like I said, it's not all that surprising, but let's not forget that she has recently started a new Tyler Perry film called Straw. The film has been performing very well, even breaking a lot of Netflix records. So she has a lot riding on Tyler being a free man without the controversy of an essay lawsuit hanging over her and his head. However, fans are not here for it, and she got a whole lot of smoke for defending Tyler. Essay cases are very dicey, and it's more important to avoid making strong stances, but I guess Taraji didn't get that memo. And honestly, it's not hard to see why fans are enraged, because Derek Dixon's claims are creepy, to say the least. And to be fair, Taraji was kind of right when she said that Derek expected Tyler to make him a star, because there's a part of the court documents that kind of suggests that. The document said Mr. Perry took his success and power and used his considerable influence in the entertainment industry to create a coercive, exploitive dynamic with Mr. Dixon, initially promising him career advancement and creative opportunities such as producing his pilot and casting him in his show, only to subject him to escalating battery and professional retaliation when Mr. Dixon did not reciprocate Mr. Perry's unwanted advances. These events occurred while Mr. Dixon was employed as a series regular on Tyler Perry's show The Oval, and while Mr. Perry had direct control over his unemployment, compensation, and creative opportunities. Well, Derek also compared Tyler to some creepy man in Hollywood, saying, just like Harvey Weinstein, Bill Cosby, R. Kelly, Sean P. Diddy Combs, Kevin Spacey, Roger Ailes, and many others in the industry, Mr. Perry's success has led him to believe that money and influence can get him whatever he wants. That belief slowly transformed into the false idea that Mr. Perry can get whomever he wants. There are things in this life that money cannot buy. He then went on to reveal how Tyler started trying to make moves on him. After they met in 2019, things didn't start to get sus until 2020, when Tyler invited Derek to his home in Atlanta. Derek accepted, and it looked like he was trying to please Tyler and get on his good side, so that Tyler would continue giving him good parts in his movies and shows. According to reports, while there, Derek drank too much and ended up sleeping in the guest room. In the docs, Derek claims Tyler got into bed with him and started touching his thighs, and although he rejected the advances that night, he claims Tyler remained interested. Now, Derek didn't give a clear timeline for it, but when you add two and two together, it seems like this particular incident happened after Tyler cast Derek in that small role on Ruthless and before the role on The Oval. And Derek said that after he politely turned Tyler down, that was when Tyler offered him more and more prominent role on The Oval. It still wasn't a lead, but it was definitely a step up from that quick cameo on Ruthless. And at that point, it seemed like he really started to believe his acting career was finally gaining momentum. But reports have it that it was around this time that Tyler also started firing off suggestive texts, including asking what Drew's preferences were and telling him he has course with men. Derek also notes that his character Dale was written as a gay, homeless, and desperate store clerk who had to sleep with other characters for him to have a place to stay. He claims that's exactly what Tyler told him he was looking for in a real-life intimate partner, someone who would be loyal and dependent on Tyler. Now, Derek later admitted that even though he turned Tyler down, he was nervous about what might come next, for obvious reasons. In a type of way, Tyler was sort of his boss, and he didn't want to jeopardize his job, so he tried to navigate the situation as carefully as possible. He explained to Tyler that he just wasn't comfortable with that kind of intimacy, hoping to set a boundary without causing any tension or fallout. But it didn't end there, because Tyler once again invited him to Atlanta later in 2020, and things allegedly took a dark turn. Derek claims Perry greeted him warmly, but quickly started a charged conversation, like asking him if he likes it rough in bed, and then grabbed Derek by the throat while saying, "Look how excited you just got." And it only got worse from there because Derek went on to claim the most aggressive incident allegedly went down in June 2021, again at Tyler's Atlanta home, and Dixon was staying in the guest house and wearing only his underwear when he says Tyler came in to give him a good night hug. He alleges Tyler yanked down his underwear, groped his and said, "Relax and just let it happen," and assured him it wasn't going to hurt. Well, Dixon says he managed to rebuff his advance by changing the subject. At first, fans thought this was all smoke from Derek, but then he pulled a shocker by sharing screenshots and texts between him and Tyler, and it looked bad. The text from Tyler looked like he was down bad for Derek. I mean, in one text he even wrote, "What's it going to take for you to have guiltless innocence? Have y'all found that yet in therapy? Yes, it's the exact same kind of car, Geo Metro." Derek then replied, "Giving up my religious guilt, becoming a Buddhist? That's so cool. Where you come from?" And Tyler replied, "Unfortunately, Derek, I have friends who are in their 50s and 60s who are still dealing with that, and it's so sad. You can have freedom from religious guilt and still believe in Christ." In another text, Tyler said, "Nice. Santa Monica is nice. I'm glad you're going out there. How is your no? Is it stronger? You gotta have a strong no." Derek replied, "Yes, it's strong. My mom literally thinks I'm going to sell my soul to the Illuminati. She heard Kanye say that it's real." Tyler then wrote, "Well, I don't think that, but I do think that you have to be able to say no and mean it and make it clear." And Derek said, "I only say yes if it gets me an Oscar." Just kidding. Tyler replied, "Well, the only one who could have gotten that for you through is in prison, so just stick to the no, unless you are really into him." In another text, Tyler said, "I would hope that you would let someone hold you and make love to you. You are missing the best years of your life, my friend. Trust me, I hope you get past that block in your mind soon." And if you think that it can't get worse from there, it does. According to Derek, Tyler got even pushier. The more Derek turned him down, the stronger Tyler started to push. According to Derek, Perry started asking about Dixon's preferences and what role Dixon took on when engaging in intimate acts, i.e. whether he was a top or a bottom, which in terms means whether Dixon preferred to give or receive ace. Well, Perry further indicated to Dixon that he had with men before and that he was a top. But that's not all, because Perry further told Dixon that when you have a big D and when you hit the spot right on these bottoms, they go crazy. Well, Perry further told plaintiff that he wanted a man who was in a relationship with another individual, but with whom he could be emotionally involved and engage in acts with, like a friends with benefits relationship, because Perry did not have the time to deal with the emotional aspect of a relationship, only the physical. Yeah, y'all, this is a hot mess, and it looks like fans may be justified in dragging Taraji, but on the other hand, it looks like she still believes in her friend. She still seems to believe that whatever happened between Tyler and Derek was consensual, and Derek just got salty because he wasn't getting what he wanted out of Tyler. But y'all, at least now Tyler knows that Taraji is just ride or die no matter what. But y'all, I got to know what y'all feel about this. Hello? Drop your thoughts in the comments below and then check out this next video.